When detailing a Solidworks Weldment model, there are some unique functions available to assist in communicating the information from the part in drawing. For instance, a cut list table can be used to call out the different bodies for the part and display their cut list item properties. Also, weld information can be imported from the part, including weld symbols, caterpillar, displays, and end treatments. In this lesson, I will be using an existing drawing to demonstrate some specific weldment functions. First of the drawing will be used to add and modify a cut list table, while on the second sheet I will show how to add weld information from the model into drawing views. A weldment cut list table acts like a bill of material for a weldment model. Both types of tables are added and modified in similar ways. The weldment cut list command can be found with the other table option in the insert. Tables drop down menu on the annotations toolbar in the tables flyout menu are the right click menu when working in a drawing. I'll select the view of the frame to generate the table and can adjust the selections in the property manager to define the table options. For this table, I will be using the standard cut list table template and will leave the other options at there. These are the some options that are available for the other table features. Remember, if you ever have any question about what a specific option means, you can always access the related help file for any command by selecting the question mark at the top of the property manager. I'll click the green check and move the cursor onto the drawing sheet. A preview of the cut list table is attached to the pointer and will snap to the border of the sheet to assist in locating it. I'll left click to place the table at the upper left. There are several options to modify a cut list table. I'll make some changes to the conveyor frame cut list and then save it as a template that I can reuse in other drawings. I'll start by adjusting the size of the text to be larger so the table is easier to view on the sheet. When I make a selection within the table, a formatting toolbar appears near the cursor. I can see that the front of the table is currently using the document font. Toggling of this button will allow me to modify the table font, but since I am planning on using the table as a template, I will modify the font through document properties. That way, when I reuse my cut list template within different drawings, use the drawing settings to determine the font style and size. Clicking on the formatting toolbar and pressing escape will clear it from view. To change the document setting for the cut list table, I'll select options, document properties, and expand tables in the left pane. Weldment cut list tables are controlled with the general table settings. I will click the font button and change the height to be 14 points. Clicking OK will close the font dialog and I will OK to close out of options. Other options on the formatting toolbar include text alignment selections, scale padding, surrounding, the text and also some buttons at the right. One of the hiding and showing columns are row and one of the flipping the table header footer being off the top of the table to the bottom. Just like with other types of tables, many modification options can also be found by right clicking in the table. Here I'll right click in the length column and choose to insert a column to the right. I'll use the property manager to choose to populate this column with the cut list property and pick weight from the drop down menu. I'll add another column to the table by the right click in the description column and insert a column to the left. This time this column will be used to display the cut list items names. I can also use the property manager to modify the title of the column. I'll change the title to be item name and click the green check. Before saving out the cut list table template, I'll adjust the column widths. I can drag cell borders within the table to change column and row sizes, or I can use the formatting options in the right click menu. Multiple column and rows can be modified at the same time by selecting them with the control key on the keyboard. Saving the table in another option in the right click menu. I'll choose the save this to an template directory with the name cut list with weight. To finish this sheet in the drawing, I will add balloons to call out the item in the items in the cut list. Auto balloon on the annotations toolbar can be used for cut list item as well as bill of materials. I will activate the command and adjust the options for the balloon logo layout to better fit on drawing sheet. I'll also change the balloon setting to use a circular split line to display it, item number and quantity. Clicking the green check completes the. I'll activate the second sheet in the conveyor frame drawing to add weld frame views I have created there. I'll select one of the drawing views and choose to open part from the context toolbar. To conveyor frame to 3D model includes weld beads, features and weld symbols that I will also like to use in the drawing to communicate the weld information. This model information can be imported onto the drawing views using the model items commands. I'll switch back to the drawing document. The model items command is used to import dimensions, annotations and reference geometry from the model to be represented in the views in the drawing. I'll activate the command from the annotations toolbar. I'll leave the source of the information set to selected feature, and since I want to selectively choose where my annotation appear, I will deselect the import items into all views. Checkbox and pick the isometric and front views as my destination views. I'll turn off the option to import dimensions, and under the annotations option, I will choose to insert weld symbols and end treatments. In the isometric view of the frame, I will move the cursor around the perimeter of the weld bead location between the base plate and the front left leg until the cursor feedback indicates that I can pick weld bead 1. By clicking here, I will select to add to another annotation and notice that the annotation were added to the isometric and front views. Finally, I will click the green check to complete the command. I'll use the top view to insert the other weld bead information. To make this easier, I will expand the conveyor frame the drawing part from one of the drawing views in the feature manager tree. Right click on structural member 2 and select hide. With the top structural member hidden, I will activate the model items command once more. Choose the top view to be the destination view for this annotation, and since runs parallel to the view, I will present it using a caterpillar annotation. So I will select that option. I'll select the edge of the gusset where the second weld-based feature was created. Click the green check to complete inserting model items and show the structural members once again from the feature manager tree. Again, weld bead features can also be represented in a weld table in drawings. The weld table will make use of weld bead properties including weld length, size, and quantity. I'll make sure the top view is selected, expand the tables drop down on the annotations toolbar, and choose weld table from the list. Option in the weld table property manager allows you to incorporate weld symbols, the drawing views as well as those associated with weld beads. A checkbox to combine the same weld types into one line. I'll be using the default option for this example, so I'll click the green check and place the table on the drawing sheet. I can modify the weld table in much the same way as cut list table. I'll right click on the weld material column and choose insert a column to the right. This type of table provides a dialog above the column header for selecting the column type and property name. I'll use a weld bead property for weld process in this column. This dialog can always be accessed by double clicking.